Are you going old school Dyna Super Glide, or are you going 2026 Softail Super Glide? Hey guys, I'm Andy from MCC Just Motos.
And I'm John from Used Bike Emporium.
We're here today because I just happened to buy a 2026 Super Glide from Harley-Davidson. And John has a
2006 Harley-Davidson Super Glide 88 twin cam. 20-year difference.
20-year difference. And we're gonna go do a back-to-back test drive, see what 20 years gets us. And we're gonna swap riding in the middle of it. What are your initial thoughts, John?
I think it's going to be pretty slick. I'm definitely a huge fan. I've said a couple times, I'm a huge fan on the mag rims, but the fact that we got the spokes that is tubeless, that's just awesome. It's a major difference. I'm curious to see 88 twin cam versus a 117.
Yeah,
that thing should scoot.
It should. It just to let you know, it's about, you know, they don't list horsepower there. They're listing about 85 torque versus 120 torque on this one.
Wow.
But I've heard it's about 65 horsepower on that bike versus about 98. Now, that bike has a little bit of exhaust and air on there. I got exhaust, so we're probably a little bit equal on there. So we'll see how that goes. Weight's about the same in the 630, 650, somewhere in there.
Yeah, we'll be close.
Yeah. One of the things that have ruffled a lot of feathers on the Dyna Super Glide owners is that this new bike does not have twin shocks. You heard a lot of, that's not a real Super Glide. It doesn't have twin shocks. It's not a Dyna frame. I've had a Super Glide, a 06 Super Glide, and I remember what that felt like. Hopefully you get a refresher. It was like, this bike handles, it feels great, and I love the looks and the style. So you about ready to go for a ride, John?
Yeah, man, we'll go for a rip. I'm quite excited to see what the difference is. I definitely like the old school style. I like seeing the shocks. That's one of the biggest things, you know, a lot of people get into.
All right, well, let's start these bad boys up, and we'll go for a ride.
Yeah, man, let's
go
do it. We'll go sit up.
Woo! Boy, this thing sounds wicked, man. All right, here we go. All right, John, you just got done riding back-to-back. You started on my 26 Super Glide, and then you ended up on your 06 Super Glide. What'd you think off the bat?
I mean, I think this was absolutely awesome. They've definitely done a lot in 20 years difference here, Andy. I mean, just the raw horsepower. I mean, that was absolutely just impressive.
Is that what you noticed first off the bat?
Right out the rip, man. We came out of here, went out, and I'm not even talking about like going wild. I'm just talking first, second, third gear. It's got power. They've came a long way in it. Good ride, you know. We went out for a little while. The biggest thing that I think I noticed on them, right out the rip, is the seating position. Just for me, and I don't know, maybe do some measurements, whatever. Or I think maybe a saddleman seat would totally.
This is a Harley hammock seat, so it's not the stock seat. It's
so I think like right here, it's got this little like bump.
Yeah, and you felt it.
Yeah, I felt it. No, if this was back a little bit and down like the saddleman's for it, man, that would be absolutely awesome.
How did it feel hip to foot? hip to arm?
You know, I definitely felt like this one had a slender feel to it. I wasn't like bowed out or anything. You know, the bike felt pretty slender for it.
Yeah.
It was pretty comfortable, you know, riding down. You know, my knees and everything were bent. Like be a little bit, you know, further back. I think that's my only gripe on it.
Talk about how solid each bike felt. Did one feel more solid than the other? I actually felt that this one felt more compact and solid to me. The 06 definitely felt, they felt about the same weight, but this one felt it was more compact. This one felt, I could feel a lot more agile side to side. This one was a lot slower turn in side to side. I don't know what you felt.
Yeah, no, the older one's definitely more tank-like, you know, driving a big tank versus like a little sports car and everything. Compact-wise, I would definitely, you know, I would definitely agree on that one. That one's more compact. This one, you know, it's a little bit out. On that one there,
yeah,
you know, it's bigger. It's a little bit bulkier. I noticed my legs were pretty, you know, pretty bowed out. Like going down the road when you're sitting on it, my legs are a little bit more bowed. And then even coming up to a stoplight, you know, I'm like, I'm not the tallest guy, but I wasn't perfectly flat. I was a little elevated on that one. I felt pretty planted on here.
I think what it was to me is that your hip to foot ratio was more squished on that one, so you had to bow it out. Where this one had a little more room for me, at least.
Yeah.
A little more weight on this, just because these had a little more high apes than that one, mini apes. And then power. The power I felt on this one was a lot higher in the rev range, but this one was just everywhere.
Yeah, no, the RPM range is completely different. That one definitely liked to be, you know, rode a little bit higher up in the R's. This one, it didn't matter if you're chugging. I mean, it's pretty cool too. Yeah. Now we're talking about it. On the dash, you had the RPMs on there.
Yeah, you saw that.
No, that one, there's no RPMs like that. You know, this one had it, you know, digitally. And if you were chugging, you know, 12, 1300 RPMs, it's there.
Let's go. An area that I was a little bit surprised with, but I want to ask you, what do you think about like the bump compliance between the two bikes? Dramatic or not?
I don't think it was really that dramatic.
I didn't think it was dramatic either. I don't know if this has upgraded shocks, but maybe a little bit. I definitely felt it more on the freeway, like it was a little more choppy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it does, but
it's
stockers. Yeah, I think this actually.
Yeah, no, they're not progressives. They're stockers.
Yeah, so you know what?
It's not as big as you
think, right? You know? Absolutely.
That's 20 years difference.
Yeah,
it's definitely wild.
So that was a big win, I think, for this guy. The other thing that I liked about this bike, the 06, was I thought the clutch was lighter, where this one was a little heavier.
Yeah, but you got to think too. This is a 117 motor.
Yeah,
and you know, I'm no engineer, but the more horsepower, you got to have a stiffer clutch for it, right?
Yeah. This transmission shifted a lot smoother. I missed a few gears. Yeah, it's butter.
That is butter. It's beautiful.
Yeah, agreed.
Absolutely beautiful.
What about light? We talked about lighting. You know, you don't have to pay for the LEDs, or it's all.
Yeah, you don't need the day makers. Man, I don't know. They're both really, really solid bikes on these guys. Probably the biggest difference I noticed is on the braking performance and everything. Don't get me wrong, that one's got a couple more miles on it, you know, than this one obviously is brand new. But, you know, when you grab the front brake, both of them are there. The older one's got a little bit more dive to it.
This also has linked braking too.
See, that I didn't know that off the top of my head, but that would definitely do it. So when you grab the front brake on the older one, you know, when you're going in, you're going to have that dive a little bit to it. And it's not bad, but it's noticeable. But this one, there was zero dive on it at all.
I definitely like the handling better on this one. You felt the front end more, which is surprising because the handlebars are higher. Usually when it's down lower, you can feel better. But this, I like the handling.
This handle better. I would agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, here's the big question. Used Bike Emporium, I'm going to put a huge plug in for John. Thank you for letting me come out.
Absolutely.
Now, there's not too many mom and pop shops out there, and this is one of the best ones out there. They offer reasonable bikes, reasonable prices. What are you guys offering this one for?
This one's on the market right now for $6,500, and that's we sell them all Maryland State inspected. We're a licensed dealer. We handle all the paperwork, tax, tag, title, everything if you're a Maryland resident. Okay,
that's awesome. Where this one's $15,999 MSRP plus, you know, tax, title, license, paperwork. So you're probably looking about $17.5, $18 out the door.
Yeah.
So price-wise, this is a hard question, but we'll figure this out. Is the 20-year difference worth, what was that? I can't do public math.
It's almost 10 grand, roughly.
10 grand, roughly? Yeah, probably. Would you say it's worth a 10 grand difference?
It's rough, man, because to be honest with you, so let's just talk like a general person.
Yep.
They can come in here and they can come buy this bike.
Yep.
And you can set them up whether you go to like Ocean City Bike Week, Sturgis, whatever, man.
Yeah.
You can get all the Daymaker lights. You can put all them on there.
Yeah.
And, you know, chrome them out.
Yeah.
And there's definitely like the front end that I said was different. If it was me, my bike, I'd throw a set of progressives on it. You can update it with progressive and probably a little thicker fork-wheel.
Yeah.
You really wouldn't notice unless you're like really like into it and the specifications and getting down with it.
Okay. So if it's your money, which one are you buying?
Oh man, that's a really, really hard question, but I like the old school.
Okay.
I hate to say it.
Okay.
You know, I like the old school. I like the look.
Okay.
Apples to apples wise, they're both fuel injected.
Sure.
So like if this was even older, if this is a carbureted version, that would be a whole different ballpark right there. But a fuel injection, the chassis, the handling and everything for it, it's really, really slight, you know, for right now. 10 grand's a little bit of dough.
It is, it is. For me, I'm gonna spend a little bit extra money. I love the color, I love the paint scheme, I love the throwback, I love the cruise control, all the looks and feels and the power and the handling. Plus 2-up, it has everything for me. So for me, I'm gonna spend the extra money. I did spend the extra money. Any other final thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, these things are solid platforms, man. I'm definitely curious on what this is going to be like down the road because, I mean, Andy, I know you're a rider, and I know you're going to put the miles on.
I will. All right. Well, there you go. You have John's answer. You have my answer. But more importantly, what is your answer? Are you going old school Dyna Super Glide, or are you going brand new 2026 Softail Super Glide? Guys, again, thank you. Please check out Used Bike Emporium. They're great people. Please like and subscribe, and guys, we're going to catch you on the next episode. Thanks, John.
Hey, absolutely. Always a pleasure, Andy. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, no, it's all good. So he's doing a comparison on 26 versus 06.
This is my bike. Yep. No. That's his.
This is mine on the dealer,
his.
So we're selling this one. And then that's him on his person.
Yeah.
That's a 06, yeah. I think it's 65.
Yeah.
Yeah, 65.
No,
we try to be pretty comparable.
Yeah. Do me a favor. Don't buy this yet. Let me make my video before you buy it.